Hello! Today is Friday the 17th of June, that's it. And we're on to another shed build video. So, man cave, shed. As you can see here, just show you quickly, wire running in there, which then piggybacks, I ain't cleaned up in there yet, off of the fuse box in there, which is on a breaker of its own. Which then the wires now run underneath all of this, underneath here, comes out there, it runs down, goes in the shed. So we now have an exterior light with a sensor, which I'll try out later when it gets dark. An exterior socket, which is a nice powerful one for big heavy tools and stuff. Got a fuse board in here with all our good bits. And switches, lights. We've got our lights up, which are nice and bright. So I'll show you quickly. Just shut the door. There we go. So a nice bright shed, nice bright workshop to do stuff in. Now, this video is going to be furniture. As you may see, I still have stuff up, and I've already built this. So we have pallet furniture, which we've made, which we've got cushions for. So we made pallet furniture, painted it all black. I'll see if I can get a picture of it. If I can't find a picture, then you won't see it, but if I can, you will. And we made a load of cushions out of mattress toppers, and you might get a bit of flickering because they're LED lights, so I do apologise. That's going to be the only issue. Anyway, we got pallet furniture. So the cushions need to be stored somewhere, so that's what this shelf's for. So all the cushions will fit in here. All the pallet furniture stays out, it's just the cushions are sitting here. Underneath will go the spare wheels for my car. And we're going to build a workbench along here, a workbench here, and then shelving unit here. Again, I do apologise about the light. Let's open the door and get these lights off. So you can see, you don't really need a window in here, because when the door's open, which if it's nice out, it'll probably be open most of the time anyway. Don't really need any lights in here. So anyway, I've got some stuff up on the wall already. So this isn't furniture as such, just stuff. So we got these board things up which have all these trays on. The only problem with these, they are cheap ones. The bit that clips in is sort of bent on all these, so it's a bit of a pain to get them in. But loads of trays to hold stuff on. So this is going to be like a little work area, and then all the heavy stuff will be over this side. So we've got a nice big pegboard up, nice metal pegboard for all the pegs and that. So we'll hang a load of tools up. Have a toolbox in there. These sockets are on a ring main, so they're nice and powerful. I've got my Ryobi cabinet, because why not? And then loads of shelves for screws and whatever, which there's nothing in there at the moment, I don't think. Oh, no, there's some washers in there, that's about it. So yeah, but the plan is for this video is to make the workbench there, the shelves there, and then a cornery workbenchy thing there. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. There's me wood. Let's get cracking, I guess. Right, so this is like the first bit going on. It does have a bit of a bow in it, but it's not too big an issue. So we're just going to lift it up a bit and get the screw through. Alright, so there's 3 screws in, hold it somewhat level. I mean, it's pretty level there. That's pretty level there. I did split the wood there a bit, which is a bit of a pain, but what I'll do is I'll chuck a couple of screws in sort of nearby, smaller screws, to then help keep it somewhat in place. Like so. And what I'll do is I'll find where all the wall joists are and stick a couple of more big screws in. And that should keep it nice and strong on the wall. So where are we? I'll stick one here. And then there's one there. There's another joist that runs. So that's the rear beam in. So that's going to where the top of the workbench sits on. So I'm going to do a couple of legs that go down just for a bit of extra support. I'll just do the 3 of them. That'll just help stop any bowing over the time, but really it shouldn't bow. I would have thought it shouldn't go anywhere. It's not going to have the biggest amount of weight on it. That's all level. So what I'm going to do now is I'll put the bit on the wall for where, because I'm going to have a shelf underneath as well. And I'll probably only do it about halfway out on this one, and I'll leave underneath this side all completely open for big stuff to go under. Yeah, we'll do that. Right, so that's what we've done so far. So we got the top bit, the legs in. I mean, they're in tight and then screwed in the wall. And I've got this bit I've done just on the front like that. And that's literally for the shelf, a shelf to go on underneath. So there should be enough room underneath to slide some bits. I was going to leave a gap, but I thought sod it. I'll just do it as a full shelf and maybe just cut a section of that out. So I can slide the stool under or something. So I've got a stool that's going to live in there. Yeah. So now what we've got to do is do the top bits that come out, and then the legs as well, and then we'll do the bit that comes this way as well. So we're coming 50 centimetres out from the wall, so it's going to be, I don't know if I should make it bigger or not. I'm in 2 minds about how big to make it, because I thought, oh, 2 foot workbench would be nice, but it seems like it's going to come out too far. Well, I can come out 2 foot, I can come out just under, maybe 18 inches. Because 50's there, which is just under 20 inches. I don't know if that's going to be quite wide enough for a decent sized workbench. I might go just a touch bigger, maybe the 22 inches. So, or 55 centimetres maybe. Come out another 5 centimetres from what I originally thought. That'll give us a nice size then. So we'll come out a little bit further from there. So we'll do the cross bits come out. We'll worry about them ones once we've got them in and the legs in. So this leg will be screwed into the wall as well, so it'll be nice and square, and then we'll work off of that one when we get the rest up. So we'll get that bit up, the next leg up, and then we'll work the rest back from there. So all these should roughly be cut the same size. I'll probably do one, well, we 8 foot, I'll probably do one every 2 foot to give support. I'll do the same with the shelf as well. So I have one, it's an 8 foot shelf in it, so 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'll do 5 for the bottom as well. Cut them all out. Well, the one on the bottom would be shorter, wouldn't it? Because of the way I've done this. We'll figure it out anyway. Yeah. So yeah, I've got to work out what 55 centimetres is minus that. So yeah, how long is that? 4 centimetres. So yeah, 51 centimetres we'll cut out all these boards at. I want the front in the single bit as well, so minus 8 centimetres from 55, it's 47. So I'll cut 10 bits out of 47. No, I'll cut 5 bits out of 47, and then we'll do the rest from there. Yeah. We'll get it done. It's bloody hot today as well. It's about 32 degrees at the moment. It's not too bad in here, but obviously because I'm running in and out and doing stuff, I'm getting rather sweaty, as you can probably see. Yeah. Right. Let's get this done. Right. So we got those 2 bits up. So what I've got to do now is chuck a couple of screws through there. I can use the nice thin ones, but I don't know, maybe I should use a thick one, but then the thick one needs to go in the middle, so if I do 2 thin ones top and bottom, if I use the correct drill, get these 2 ready over this side. Try not to put that one in at an angle. Then what we'll do, get this one screwed in. Like that. And I'll get this one screwed in. Line it up somewhat. Oh. There we go. Safe as houses. Oh, so that's going to be the top of our workbench. Now, because that wall curves in, well, that wall curves in at an angle, that one. I want to keep it square to the back wall, so that post comes in at a slight angle, whereas this one's staying straight. So I've had to shorten this by 4 centimetres. So that copes with the differences in the wall. So hopefully that should be nice and square now to the back wall. So that's going to be the size of it anyway, so I think that's going to be a nice size. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to work out, I'm going to make sure these are level, so I'm going to put my level on this one and this one, make sure that's level, and then I can measure the height of this to the floor, and then I can get the leg in there. And my phone's ringing. I'll be back in a bit. Level. Derek's on one again. It's terrible. Alright, so what I'm going to do is put that level on there. And put that level on there. And then you don't need to lift it up by much. About there. And we can work out roughly how high we need to make this leg to then level it all out. Move that in that way. Okay. It's going to be really hard to get this level and then see where I am. I'm going to say 86.5 centimetres. Looks about right to me. So I'll make it ever so slightly bigger. No, we'll do 86.5. So now hopefully we'll put that in. That should be exactly where we need it. It's a little bit on the high side. There. It's perfectly fine there. So like over there. That's pretty bang on that one. It's a little bit off on this one, but then this one's not quite flush to the back. So that might be why. Yeah. What I'll do is I'll measure the distance from that to that. I'm sure 18.5 inches exactly. Well, at least that one's level, that's the main one anyway. Not too worried about that, because that means anything will roll back rather than onto the floor. But we'll deal with that. I'll screw that in then, and then we'll get on with everything else. Really nice and solid, this. Takes my weight. Yeah, so we're getting there. I'm going to put another leg in that corner there, another one in the middle, do another cross bit, and then that's the frame done. Just got to do the top and then the shelf itself. So yeah, nearly there. Whew, I'm just hoping I've got enough wood to do all of it, because I've got to build another workbench here and shelves here, obviously. So shelves that's going to take the most, I think. If not, we can soon go to Wicks and get a load of this. It's not massive stuff, so it should fit in the car. I do apologise for any overexposure on the view, but solid, you have to put up with it. So I've got all these little crossy bits put in, so I'm going to put them in where they need to be roughly. Hopefully I don't hit the other screws, because it's going to be a pain if it does, but we'll figure it out. So I bought this little cheaply made thing, which you put a screw through and it comes out at an angle, and it allows you to tack the screws in through an angle. So the screws go in like that. It helps. It's not the best thing in the world, but it definitely helps, because otherwise I would have had to screw the screws in, these bits in through the back before I put this bit to the wall, so they would have just been flapping around. These bits are only for support anyway, so they don't have to be neat and tidy. That's it. Just got to do 2 more legs. No? Yeah, 2 more legs. One for the middle, one for the end. Just to stiffen it up a bit. Because it obviously bows down here, which we don't want. 1 leg in the middle should do it. And then 1 at the end just to help support that, so it doesn't pull the screws out through the from the wall. Yeah. Right. So I've got all the tops done, got all the bits in between. I've got primarily the centre bar done on the middle. Now I just need to sort of measure where all the centre bars are going to go, cut them out and stick them in, because these ones are going to be a bit shorter because of the way I've cut the shelf. Now the shelf's not coming any further forward than where this is, because this is behind that, but in the back it's going to go right up to the wall, so I'm literally going to notch out the width of that to then make it fit. But we're getting there, so it's between front and back. There's a bit of a bow in the wood, so we're going to have to push it down when we go to screw it in, but at each end it's level, so I'm just going to have to push it down and then get it into place. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do the bits that go in between here, the front and back, get them in. So measure the ones at the edges because they're bolted in, and then we'll do on the same size to push on the end here. And then this is detached at the moment because it'll be easier to get the shelf in while there's nothing in the way here, and then when it's finally in I'll put that bit in last. So we're going to have to do the shelf before we do the top, so I can screw this bit in. Yeah, we'll get there. I'll cut the top out first, I just won't bolt it down until we've done that bit. Oh. So yeah, now we've got measure. Need me tape measure, that'll help. Inside these 2 beams, which I work out to be 40 centimetres. Get it roughly in place. And then that cuts out your angled holes. So we'll do one side of each of them. Just so it goes into the batten on the back wall. Oh, a bit too much. I'm going to shove 2 screws through the front. Wrong drill. Right. Let's get the 2 screws through the front first. Hopefully they're long enough to reach. Ooh, not quite. If I get them through it this way. Right, that's, other than doing that middle leg, the framework for that workbench done. So yeah, whew, hot sweaty work. So yeah, just going to put the middle leg in once I've laid in the sheet for that bit. So I'm going to cut out the top sheet, cut out the middle sheet, put the middle sheet in, screw it in, get the leg in, then screw the top sheet on. So that's next. So I'm going to literally split this 4-foot sheet in half. So I've got 2 2-foot sections, and then I'll trim it down to what I need. So mark 2 foot there. Mark 2 foot there. This cut's not detrimental, so the marrow is slightly off. That's going to be the cuts after that's going to be the important ones. Leave a nice chalk line. And then we'll cut in half. Let's bring it over this way a bit. We'll set it back there. And then we'll cut. Oh. There we go. That'll do. So we'll go that up across the back, and then we'll trim it down where we need. So we'll just literally draw a mark all the way down like that. Then I'm going to have to cut out this bit here, because that bit there's obviously, like I said, this wall's at a slightly at a different angle than that one. So what we'll do is we'll cut that front edge off so it's nice and flush, and then we'll measure that gap there, measure that in this distance from there, and then we'll cut it like that, and then it should slide nicely. So we'll get that done. Right, there we go, nice and flush along the front. Don't mind it sticking out a little bit in places, don't bother me. It's a workbench at the end of the day. So yeah, it hangs over this edge a bit, which is fine. I can literally take off the minimal amount of that. If it overhangs that end at all, I don't care. So a bit of overhang won't hurt. That's what I'll do. So I'll measure that gap, which I'm going to make out to be 1/8 under 2 inches. So I'll mark that here. So 2 inches, 1/8 under, which is there. And then literally I'll just draw a line to that other corner. Like so. And that should give us our angle then, to fit in nice. Whew. Yeah. Perfect. Perfect enough anyway. Tiny gap, but don't care. It's because there's still a bit of line there, and I've gone a bit deeper that side, but don't care. That's going to be a nice solid workbench once I screw it in. But next I'm going to cut the shelf. I'm going to take the top off. I'm going to get the bottom bit done, because that's going to be harder to do. And then we'll go from there. There we go. Right, I did screw up a bit. So that's that in, as you can see. I did slip with the saw a bit, but I don't care, it's a shelf. So leg's gonna go here anyway and hide that. It's only to put stuff on, so it's not the end of the world. But that's fine, it fits in there nicely now. Probably a bit short of that end, but it fits in there. And it's going to do the job. So we'll get the centre leg in. I'll screw that worktop in. Bit sweaty now. And then we'll get the leg in, get the top worktop on, and then away we go. There we go. Right, now I've got to lift this bit up now. So we'll get the leg in place. That's where it needs to be. Make sure it's level. So that's pretty good to me. I'll screw a couple down through the top, and then we'll work out the rest. So I'll lift this bit up. And two under the floor. It's a little short, but it's fine. All done and dusted. So got storage underneath, under there and under there. I was going to do a cutout for a stool, but I can't be asked now. The stool will just sit there if it needs to. Well, I won't, because I'll have a shelf thing there which I've got to put back up. But this is a very solid, stout workbench. Now I weigh best part of 15 stone, 100 odd kilos, so, or 80, so between 80 and 100 kilos, or 90 and 100 kilos even, and very, very solid. I might just run something over the edge just to take the sharp edge off slightly. I'll just get some sandpaper or something and do that. And then, like I said, it doesn't quite meet up there, but again, I don't care. It's a workbench. It's made for doing things. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's there to serve a purpose, not to look pretty. So, yeah, that's the first one done. And tomorrow I'm going to get on and do the second one and the shelves. I might do the shelves first, get that done, and then work that one out afterwards. So yeah, I'm very, very sweaty now, as you can probably see. It's very, very warm today. So I'm going to pack up, go have a shower, relax, have a couple of beers, go to bed, do it all again tomorrow. Might even get this video all filmed in one weekend, look. Not like the others where it took weeks and weeks and weeks. Never mind. Right, see you tomorrow. Right, here we are, next day. So, got the first workbench made, that's fine. Got my junk on there at the moment. So, next one's going to be here. So, it's going to be the same height, 90 centimetres off the floor. Run along there and to there. And then, you can see the markings on the floor, comes out to there. So that's where the workbench is going to go. Means that when I do the shelves, I'm going to have to do the shelves at a funny angle, but I don't care. So it gives me a bit more workbench space. So yeah, but what I'm going to do, because I've got a woodwork vise which bolts up underneath, I'm going to use a bit of 2x4 I've got left over for this bit, because I want it, the vise here, so if I am working, anything long will just go out through the door. So the plan is to have the vise here, but I've got jaws on, it should bypass this, and then anything long I've got to work on should then go out the door and then through this way. So the vise is going to be about here-ish. I mean, it might stick out a bit of pain when you're coming in and out the door. When it's fully closed up, it's still going to sort of stick out. What about that far? I don't know if I'm going to put it there yet. I mean, I could always put it up on there, but I'd have to change that slightly. So, not the end of the world. The plan was to have it there, but I've got a swivel vise, bench vise that will get, I could stick on the corner here, so if I do anything to go out, you can go out at a corner. So I might stick that on there instead, but we'll figure that out when we get to it. But I might still build that end with the 2x4 because it's right by the door. So yeah. Right, we'll get on. I'm going to stick the bits up on the wall ready before I get this up and stick the legs down and whatever. So we'll get on and do that. So this is what we've done so far. So we've got the bits on the back. I've cut out a gap for the cable, so if we ever need to get this cable out for whatever strange reason, we're going to have to remove the whole workbench, but who cares. Put a leg in there, that board's not straight, so that leg's level, but that board's not, but I don't care. Again, so there's the top bit. Shove the leg in the corner there, which supports both this bit and this bit. Yes, again, they're all screwed in, but legs for support. Because this workbench not as long, I'm not going to do one in the middle. And again, this bit, and then I've double legged this because obviously I've got a 2x4 going on top, which is going to need more support, so that's what I've done there. So next one, I'm going to get the 2x4 along the top here, get the leg down for that, which I'm going to use 2x4 for as well. 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. And then we'll figure out the rest of it going around and so on, so forth, and all that good stuff. So yeah, I'll bring you back in a bit. Right, so you can see we got that bit all up. Nice big solid leg. Is it squared to the front? Yeah, maybe not, but I don't care. So now I've got the bit that goes from here to there. So we're just going to bolt that in. So I've already got it cut, made and everything, got all the screws started, ready. That's what I'm going to do. So get a bit of that so we can get the rough height. Put my clamp roughly in the right position, just so it holds the this end in place while I screw the other end in. I've got my mark here, put it up to there, and I get it screwed in. Solid. Right. I'm gonna keep that there, but I'm going to get the level on it. That's pretty bang on. I'll take that. There we go, that's that bit in. I will be putting a leg in the middle here to give it extra support, but it's not going to need a great deal because it's got everything else to hold it in. I might put a little, just a little block in there just to help with a bit of support. So just like a little corner bit, just to help it a bit. But as soon as I get a leg in the floor there, quite tempted to put one underneath that as well, just to help it so it doesn't sag at all. Shouldn't do, because by the time all the tops on everything, this should all put itself together and not droop at all. And the next bit we've got to do is this bit here, and then the bit goes from there to there, and then the bit from there to there. So we'll get on and do that, I guess. It's going to be the next part anyway. Yeah, slowly getting there. It did start to rain a bit, so I've had to bring everything in here for now. But it stopped, so I'll carry everything back out, and it's a lot cooler today, but as you can see, very, very muggy. It's horrible. I'd rather it be hot like it was yesterday because I wasn't sweating as much. This is horrible. Pure mugginess. Like I said, it's a lot cooler when you're out here. It's lovely, but very muggy. Right, let's crack on. Right, I kind of just cracked on and got a load of work done. So I've got all the framework done now. So got all the cross braces. We got that sort of sat on there for the front, so it's nice and sturdy. We're not putting a leg there, there's no need, it's more than solid enough. So it'll just be sort of overkill to that stage. If I find over time it does droop, then I'll just get another one in there eventually. But yeah, so we got the bit for the bottom shelf done, so we'll get that in there. But we're going to mark out and cut the top next. So I'm going to slide it on. I don't know which way I'm going to do it yet, because I don't know, it's going to be difficult to do. Because I'd like that bit to be the strongest bit, so I'm going to do that in one piece, and I'll probably do this with the offcut. So that'll probably be the best way to do it. So yeah, we'll figure that out. I might have to, because if I draw the line across this and then cut out from that, I'm going to have to bolt another bit onto this, so the top here has something to screw down into as well, which is not really a problem because I've got loads of offcuts, some bits up there as well. The only thing is, I definitely did not get enough wood because I've only got 2 bits of that left, and I've still got to build a whole shelf unit for all of that yet. So I'm going to have to pop down the wicks and buy another 10 pieces probably to do that. But we'll get it done. eventually. It's probably need to be, yeah, probably a good 10, 12 pieces maybe. So I'll pop down the wicks and get them later. But for now, we're going to get the top cut. We won't get the top on yet because we'll wait until we cut the shelf, but we'll get the top cut and ready. I mean, I could probably cut this bit and get this bit stuck on, and then cut that bit ready, get the bottom in, and then stick the top on after. This bit here might be a mishmash of leftover OSB and what I've got left with the plywood, but it doesn't need to be as strong. I want the tops to be strong, so I'm going to be hammering on them and whatever. But yeah, we'll go get them done. I've just got to drag all these back out there and hope it don't rain while I'm cutting and whatever. So yeah, we'll get that done. We'll say 54 inches, and then we'll mark the rest out from there. No, we need 54 inches that way? No, 6 inches shy. Right. Ugh. See, if I cut that angle out, if I measure the distance, I can literally have this one piece that comes right up to here. Just cut the notch out. Sorry, I don't know if you can see that. So yeah, so this bit comes right up to here. So I've got a beam under there, which could be plenty to support that. So if I cut that down to there, if I cut out that angle, then slot that right up and literally just cut this bit out, get underneath and mark it. And then I can cut that section out and then work out where the rest of it goes. And then I just get a patch bit to go here, which I've got plenty left with that. I should be able to get some of that bottom shelf done with it as well. So we'll get that done. So, yeah. Doing things. Where's my tape measure gone? I need a drink as well. There we go, right. So what I'll do is I'll climb on top. So that gap is 1/8 under 9.5 inches. So if I mark from here, 1/8 under 9.5 inches. Right there, and then I'll pop a chalk line right to that very corner. That should give me the angle then. So if I spin that round in there like that, get our chalk line, chalk line, get that right at the corner. Move that down a little bit, about there. We'll give it a ping. So that should be our angle then. There are other ways of doing it, but that's the way I want to do it. Ooh. Right, let's see how well that fits. Look at that. Superb. I'd say that's a pretty damn good fit, wouldn't you? Might be a little gap somewhere, but I'm not worried about a tiny little gap. That comes almost, just slightly off there, which is a pain. Never mind, obviously didn't cut that very straight. I mean, I can always come back off the back wall slightly, so it's not the biggest issue in the world. That'll leave a massive gap, I'll do it that way. I'll just bring it back like that. Leaves a bit too much of a gap. It's alright. It's not going to be an issue. Backer. I'm not buying another sheet because that's £100. That's alright, I don't mind. I can live with that. It's not going to bug me too much because the vice is going to go about here anyway. So it should sit. So the vice should sit there. And that comes up roughly flush with the top of the work surface. I've still got to stick some jaws in anyway, but that should be plenty good enough for what I need anyway. So anything, because I've got to get some teeth to get in here. I say teeth, some jaws. I've got to make some jaws, so I'll get some wood to make, because it's going to be a woodworking vice. So by the time I've got some jaws in there, it'll probably come out about here. So I'll just have to be careful as I come in and out of the door. I might stick it right up against the edge here, so it don't really matter too much. It'll be fine though. Right. Yeah, just a Coke, please, sir. Right. What we'll do, should draw a line from there to there, and a line from there all the way up to there. That's it. So we're going to cut that out, and then hopefully that will fit on there nicely. Then what I'll do then is I'll then cut this bit out to meet with this beam halfway, and then the next bit I'll go on halfway and I go up to it, or I'll double piece up. Either way I'll cut that straight. Ooh. I'm going to take that as a win. Check that out. I mean, yeah, other than that bit, which I've missed slightly, but like I said, don't care. Vice is going to go there anyway. Yeah. Nice. Not too bad a cut. Comes out a little bit past the frame there, but again, I don't care. I can always just touch up with a jigsaw anyway. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get that, and I'll draw either side of that beam. Like so, and I'll draw a line down the middle of it, cut down the middle, and then that'll meet halfway up on that beam. So yeah, should be good. Get that done. Oopsie, dropping everything. I do. Right, so we'll literally get a bit to fit in there. I'm going to get the offcut that come out from the angle there, because I should have the same angle as the wall. That'll fit in there somewhat nicely. Apparently it's a completely different angle. No, because it needs to go straight there, doesn't it, John? Donut. Yeah. Yeah, I should fit in there quite nicely. It's me pencil. That way? No, not quite that way. Mind you, by the time I cut that bit off, it might actually fit. No, it's not. It's going to cut the angle off too much. It's okay, can we do it that way? Just got to cut around the wire thingy now. Top job. This worktop's done. Oh, got sawdust and crap in my shoes, like always. Now I've got an offcut of that which is there. Might have enough of that to be able to do all of this shelf, so I'll probably do it in 2 sections again like we did with the top, and we'll go from there. But the important thing is this end with the vice gun is going to be a nice strong end, so but then yeah, it should be alright. Shouldn't be an issue regardless anyway. Do I care about the gap? No, couldn't care. Again, worktop. The thing's going to be beat on over the years anyway, so what's it matter? Yeah, I'll say it time and time again. It's for a purpose, not to look good. Right. See if we can get the shelf done. Right, I think in the last clip my my microphone just ran out of batteries and I didn't realise, so the last bit didn't have audio I think. So yeah, that's that workbench completely done. I've got my vice on and I put some jaws in it, so I made some wooden jaws. Literally just took 2 offcuts and just screwed them in. So I screwed it in right through there into the table, and then there's 4 screws underneath as well, washers on, and then this jaw's held on with 2 screws there. And it works a treat. So if I stick anything in the vise, it'll fit in there. Oh, let's open it up a bit more. Yep, so when I clamp it down, it misses the door frame just. So I can clamp long bits into it and it should fit through. Now if I ever have an issue with it, I can just fit on some slightly fatter jaws in it, and then, I mean it's a carpenter's vise anyway, so it's made for holding wood. So yeah, you just make your own jaws for it and then do what you got to do. But yeah, stuff can go right out through the door, so I can do anything that's like longer than what will fit in here, so all good. Right, so far this is what I've got done for the shelves. So I've got 1 post there and 1 post there, about the same distance away from that wall, so they're going to be slightly funny shaped shelves, so they'll be primarily square from there to there, but obviously it's got the offcuts of the benches, so either way something that's going to be ski width in here, and it just so happens to be that. Now I've been down to Wicks and bought another 11 pieces of whatever that is, wood, this stuff, 3 metre lengths. Borrowed mother's car because it's big enough to, she's here for the weekend, so it's big enough to fit in there. The only concern was the light might be in the way, but I'm not actually going to be putting anything that high, so we should be okay. So yeah, so it's going to be about 5 shelves in it. There's going to be, the first one's probably going to be about that high off the ground, because then we can stick lawnmowers and stuff underneath it there if I need to, and then we'll do another one about sort of there, there and there, and then that's just going to be for storage pretty much, as shelves generally are. Eventually when I get my toolbox in here, I'm going to probably put some more shelves in here. I'm probably going to do a long shelf along the top there somewhere. I might even do a shelf here somewhere, but that's all stuff I'll do at a later date. So primarily, once this shelving unit's done, that's going to be it. That's going to be the shed build done. So once that's done, I'll empty everything out and I'll show you what it's all like. So for now, we're going to crack on and get all these done. So yeah, put the camera up on my workbench here. Look. That way you should be able to see everything. Now I've got to put the light on, so you might have to put up with a bit of flickering. I know there's a way to change the settings, but I don't know how yet. So we got all the beams on the wall, so that's for our 5 shelves. So obviously the floor 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, they're not evenly spaced, I just chucked them on wherever. That'll do. It's my can-do attitude, as I say. So I've actually twisted that post, because it was twisted at an angle to come down straight with this one. But that means all the posts going that way would have had to have gone in at an angle, or been really, like yeah, they just wouldn't have met up properly. So I've done that post so it's actually sort of square now. So those posts coming out from there are going to meet up to that, so I can screw into the back through there, and then the post comes from there. It's going to have to go in some way, but we'll get that all done in a bit. So next I'm going to do the bits go from there to there, all 4 of them. I'll do these ones first. Yeah, but I'm going to take my time doing them because I've just eaten, because my mum's around. She's made bolognese. My mum makes the best spaghetti bolognese ever. If you don't believe me, then don't. I don't care. I make it to exactly the same recipe, and it's never as good as hers. It's good, but I don't know. What is it about mums that can just make things that much better, even though it's exactly the same recipe? It's crazy, isn't it? Right, let's get these last few bits done. Hopefully we'll get it all done today. That'll be nice. And the weather's turned pretty horrible. It's quite stormy out there, so I'm going to try and do what I can inside here now. Ooh. Running out of these screws is a pain. Nowhere's open right now to go get any. Alright, so that's those bits done this side. Just got to finish off doing the ones the other side now. So we got them. And then when I get all the slats in, I'll do like one there, one there, one there. And then obviously we'll have the M1, so yeah, so there'll be about 12 slats altogether, I think. So might have enough wood. Hopefully we have enough wood. I'll see what I got at the end, and then I'll figure out how many I'm going to do, whether I'll do 2 or 3 per shelf. It's not going to hold a massive amount of weight. I mean, these shelves will be capable of holding a lot of weight, so yeah. Again, sorry about flickering, I can't help it. It's LED lights. It's something to do with the frame rate. Yeah. You just have to put up with it for this one. Yeah, so I'm going to get those next 3 done, and then we'll get on to doing the fronts. I'll probably just do the front and the bottom, then get the shelf on, do that one, get shelf on, that one, shelf on. I don't know, because it might be tricky to get the shelves in with the fronts in the way. We'll see what happens, unless I start with the top one. No, because then I'll be in the way for doing the one underneath it. We'll figure it out. Righto, so that's those 4 done. So they're all up, all level. I've cut the beam for this one already, because I just needed one extra bit because I didn't have enough offcuts to quite do them all. So I cut that one to size and then use the offcut from that to do that bit. So I'm going to do the bottom one now. I'm going to cut that to length. I'll show you how I do that. So get the whole thing in. Yep. So I'll get my clamps ready. Clamps, get the clamps. Now get a full size length of beam. And what I'll do is I'll put it underneath the bar here. Where's my other clamp gone? What's that there? I'll bring this one right the edge. Right to the edge of that. And then just clamping on there. Alright, and then we'll clamp this one. Is that going to work like that? Or do I need to do it the other way? I think I need to do it the other way, wouldn't I? Because then that'll sit right in there then. Yeah, let's do that, John. Actually no, because that'll bring it out the wrong angle as well. That won't work because the workbench isn't in the way. I know the angle I've got to cut anyway, so if I do a mark roughly where I need it, I can then cut that. So what we'll do is mark along the top, both of them like that, and then we know where we're cutting. He is. So we've got to make sure we mark it the correct way for the way the saw leans. So we'll get them cut and then I'll stick that bit on. There we go. What I'll do, so I'll clamp that in. I'll get this one clamped in and then I'll screw this side in. Make sure it's level as well. Get my bigger level. Yeah, it's good enough for the girls I go out with. There we go. That ain't too bad, is it? Not bad for someone that's not a chippy. So I'll screw that in, and then what we'll do next is we'll do the worktop for that one. I say worktop, the shelf top for that one. Where's my drill? I need my drill. And yeah, screws are too small. I need. I'm getting a bit of a dilemma. I've only got that many screws left of the long ones, and these are primarily what I need for the shelves. To drill for this wood, make sure I got good amount of screw for it. That's that side in. Safe as asses. And this one I should be able to ping through from this side with the smaller screws. So yeah, we'll do that. I can't do it with a clamp there. I can do it with a clamp there though. Again, we'll double check it's level. Yeah. I'll chuck this couple of screws through here. It won't take my weight. I am going to do a centre beam eventually, but that won't be done until I've got everything else done. So yeah, we're going to do the top of that one first. Getting quite dark out now. It is currently 20 to 9. We have the first shelf completed, second one's on its way, third one's not quite as done, fourth one's a little bit less done again. And I cut my finger. I slammed, the screw slipped as I was screwing it in, and the drill bit went through my finger. Well, not through it, just went into it, so bled a little bit, but that's fine. But yeah, we're getting there. An whole 8 foot sheet, because you have to cut off the angles, isn't quite long enough, so I've had to patch in the end. I'll have to do the same one with the others. I've cut the next board for the next one, so I've just got to do the cross bits again, then we'll get it on. So I'll continue on, and I'll just show you when it's done, I guess, because there's not really much to show other than this. And I don't want you to keep seeing the flickering on the old camera because it's annoying. It annoys me, so yeah. It's not a lot you can do with LED lights. Like I said, there is something you can do with changing the frames per second, but I don't know what that is yet. I'll have to look it up if I do any other filming in here. So yeah, we'll continue on. Alright, we're on to the next day. Don't need that anymore. So, I carried on last night. You saw where I was with the shelves and that. Well, I carried on, done a little bit extra, and we're done. We're complete. This is it. Ready? So, got the outside of the shed. You've seen all that. Let's go on the inside. There we go. So I've got one workbench area there. That's going to be for somewhat lighter stuff. This is going to be for somewhat heavier stuff, I guess. This is where we're going to have the most powerful tools anyway. So I'll have my welder and everything here for when I need to do it. Yes, welding, wooden shed, blah, 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 whatever. I've got a fire blanket that I can put down if I need to, so don't worry about that. I know everyone needs to put their 2 pence in. So I've boarded off the sides here so stuff don't fall off the shelves and stuff fall off here, vice versa, all the way down. Sorry, been just sweeping up in there, my nose is rather dusty. So we've got nice 4 big shelves here. They're big enough to fit me on them. Can sleep 10 in here probably. Don't tell the council. Yeah. So yeah, should be quite a good little workshop in here. So all I've got to do now is go through the caravan and the outbuilding and various other bits of the house, get all my rubbish out. I block the side of this off as well, and fill this place up with all our stuff. Yeah. So I'll sit my toolbox here. I might put a shelf or 2 here. I might put a shelf across the top of the door. I'll put a shelf there and a shelf there. Might even put a shelf here at some point, but we'll see. Yeah, so that's it. That's all done. I don't need to show you putting these shelves up because that's something I'm going to do at a later date when I figure out where everything goes. So that could be months down the line when I do that. Yeah, so there we go. That's the end of the shed build saga. That's my shed. That's everything. I'm really, really happy with it. Like I said, I've just got to sort through and get all my bits in here. And that's the main thing, really. So yeah, if you like this little mini series, then give it a thumbs up. If not, thumbs down. It's entirely up to you. Like, share and subscribe, all that good stuff. Yeah, I'll probably do another project one day. I want to build a big smoker barbecue thing out of bricks and that, so I might film that one day down the line when I eventually get around to doing that. That probably won't be until next year, to be fair, but we'll see what happens. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. I'll see you in the next trucking video. Bye.